Some echoes aren't echoes at all. Some voices belong to the walls, and some never stop speaking. It had been closed for over 30 years, yet the iron gates of St. Ives Academy still creaked like they had been recently touched. No official records remained, but locals whispered about fires, disappearances, and the red-eyed nun that stalked the dorm halls. For Ava Grant, a 26-year-old paranormal podcaster with a growing audience, it was the perfect place for a weekend special. She needed something big, something darker, something real. She arrived with 3 companions, her co-host and tech expert, Theo, her best friend Kim, who had grown up nearby, and her intern Danny, who believed nothing and feared less. The building stood like a corpse against the fog, vines curling around its Gothic stonework, windows like blind eyes. Ava held up her recorder. St. Ives Academy for Girls, shuttered since 1989. Its final class never made it home. Tonight, we find out why. Some echoes aren't echoes at all. Some voices belong to the walls, and some never stop speaking. Inside, the academy was preserved in decay. Desks still lined the classrooms. Rusted lockers hung open like yawning mouths, and faded portraits of grim-faced nuns glared down from the peeling walls. Dust lay thick, but not undisturbed. Faint tracks like dragged footprints led toward the central stairwell. Creepy levels, a solid 9, Theo muttered, adjusting the night vision rig on his shoulder. Kim paused before a plaque at the entryway, brushing the grime with her sleeve. It read, "Let knowledge be the light that guards our souls from darkness." Ava whispered, "It didn't work, did it?" That night, they set up base in the main hall. Sleeping bags, camera feeds, and EMF readers surrounded them. It felt staged, safe even, until midnight. That's when the air shifted. A choir of whispers began, just under hearing, just enough to make Danny flinch. Theo picked it up first. "Makes catching something, super low frequency." The whispering grew louder, forming faint words. "We never left. She won't let us go." Then the power surged and cut. Lights died. Screens went to static. You don't notice the building breathing until it holds its breath. In the blackness, a figure moved past the hallway door, fast. Kim screamed. Theo swung his flashlight, revealing nothing but shadows. Then they saw it, on the wall, written in blood. 4 entered, 1 will confess. They stayed, shaken but determined. Ava insisted on pressing forward. Fame, she thought. This was the content that would skyrocket their show. Danny, ever the skeptic, discovered a bricked-up door in the basement behind the old chapel. It had symbols carved into it, strange looping characters. A rusted plate above read, "Confession Room." Theo cracked a joke about Catholic guilt, but Kim turned pale. "That's where they took the ones who misbehaved," she said. "They weren't punished. They disappeared." That night, Danny vanished. They searched for hours. No sign, no scream. Just a single recording left on her camera. Static. They watch from the mirrors. "She wants the truth." I didn't know." Cut. Ava found her reflection flickering hours later, her own face smiling back when she wasn't. Behind her, a tall, nun-shaped shadow. The building doesn't kill you. It listens until you lie. Ava knew then. They weren't hunting ghosts. They were being judged. They debated leaving, but the front doors refused to open. The windows, once rotted and fragile, now seemed fused with darkness itself. Even cell signals were gone. Theo was spiraling, pacing with a crowbar. "We have to break something. Smash the confession room open. Maybe it's where they're keeping her." But Kim, silent since Danny vanished, finally spoke. "She's not being kept. She's keeping us." Ava noticed Kim's voice sounded doubled, as if something else spoke beneath it. They returned to the confession room. The bricks were gone. Only darkness waited behind the door, a void with whispering air, and a single wooden chair under a flickering bulb. "Only one may enter," said the whisper. Ava stepped forward. The others screamed, tried to hold her back, but something pulled her in. Inside, memories played across the walls like cursed projections. Ava as a child, a church basement, a dare, a book. She had opened something, said words she didn't understand. A nun had died, and the voices had started. St. Ives had been her hometown school. Her family moved after the fire. She had forgotten. "It was you," came a chorus. "You summoned her. You left. And we burned." Ava dropped to her knees. "I didn't know. I was a kid. I didn't mean to." The shadow of the nun stepped from the corner, eyes burning, skin like stretched parchment. "Confess and stay, or lie and they all die." Ava wept. "It was me. I opened the book. I brought her here." The bulb shattered. Silence. Outside, Theo and Kim screamed as the academy shook. Walls cracked. Portraits bled. A wind like hell's breath blew through the halls. Then, Ava stepped out, alone, but her eyes were red. Some confessions don't buy forgiveness. They open doors. The next voice. 6 months later, the ruins of St. Ives were purchased by a private developer, claiming to be turning it into a wellness retreat. The town's protests were ignored. On the grand reopening day, influencers and travel bloggers lined the grounds. A young woman live-streamed on her phone, the screen glitching briefly as she approached the front steps. Behind her, in a window on the 3rd floor, a figure watched. Not Ava, but the nun. And as the influencer spoke, her audio glitched. "This place, it whispers. Do you hear it too?" Some buildings don't rest in peace, they wait for the next voice to listen.